They gave him over 10 billion naira. They gave the same $150 million to Devulu Mayi. And you remember, you can tell these two governors in Igbo land, they have been more aggressive towards the IPOB, because the agenda was to what? Help us crush them. We are going to have Nnamdi Kanu by all means. Don't worry, we'll get him. But we want you to crush and give us this access. And that is why what you are seeing in Igbo land today is not just Buhari that will go to jail. It's not just Malamun that will go to jail. Some of those Igbo governors are going to go to jail. By the time you begin to pin them down, you will realize many of them who got involved in this kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu. All for what? For the millions of dollars that the Fulani government of Nigeria is using Nigerian money to bribe them in order to provoke ethnic war in Nigeria. Tribal war, they call it. However, they now said Nnamdi Kanu is being charged for terrorism because he used these broadcasts to tell Biafrans that it is time to leave Nigeria and go home to Biafra. That you, Nnamdi Kanu, that you use your radio Biafra to tell the Biafrans to pick up arms and defend themselves against, which is against the law of Nigeria, to possess firearms or weapons. But Fulani terrorists can carry AK-47. Blah, 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 blah. But the ridiculous one is that, or let me say the shocking one, is that many people said, how come they did not add that you, Nnamdi Kanu, said on your Biafra radio that the president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, is dead, and it is Jubri al-Sudani from Sudan is the president of Nigeria, which is in contravention of section, this section, that section, blah, 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 of the trashy 1999 constitution. So they gave 15 charges. Out of all these 15 charges, they put another new ones. Those new ones include that the unrest in Igbo land, the unrest in Biafra land, the killings that is going on, including the assassination of their political partners themselves, were done by the order of Nnamdi Kanu. 15. They did not say, why did you say Buhari is dead? How come? And Nnamdi Kanu said, if they take him to court and they ask him to prove that Buhari is not dead or Buhari is dead, so that means they will ask him to call his own witness. This is not a joke. Some said this is why they didn't include that in the charges, because that is the one that actually got the cabal, the political elite in Nigeria, especially from the north. This is the one that really got them mad. That how did they allow Nnamdi Kanu to deceive millions of people that Buhari is dead, and they believed him? This guy is dangerous. This guy, you know what I mean? That this guy already delegitimized Buhari. That since he said Buhari is dead, that everybody has been looking at this Buhari one kind. And it's true. That's the one that got them mad. But they didn't include that in the charges. They said if they had included it in the charges, that means Nnamdi Kanu will be asked to come and prove that this Buhari is not Buhari. And for him to prove, they will need to invite Buhari to court. And they said, which means Nnamdi Kanu said he is going to ask him to remove his cap. He is going to ask Buhari to read a chapter of a speech in Fufude, which is the Fulani language. Yeah, he said if Buhari can speak that Fufude 1 page, 1 page, not one paragraph, 1 page in Fufude that Nnamdi Kanu will drop Biafra agitation and he will plead guilty to all charges and they can send him to jail. But that crucial one, they didn't include it because that means Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer will need to invite Buhari. They will put him in the dock. Like I said, they will remove his cap. They will say he should turn his head. They will say they should do DNA test. That's another one. They said, Nnamdi Kanu said they will take his blood. They will use Buhari's blood with the blood of his children. At least, it must at least match to know that it's the same Buhari. Now, so the whole thing can't be complex. So 15 charges is about junks, frivolities, irrelevance. But guess what? The only weapon that Boko Haram and gang has is just the delay tactics. They control the courts. So what do? All they have to do is just to adjourn. Then that's it. Nnamdi Kanu said, towards 2023, when they have committed all these atrocities, something is just going to happen. Me, I'm waiting for that one anyway. He said, Buhari and gang, they will just disappear. They may tell us, hey, Buhari get involved in a plane crash. Hey, president, all that, everybody just, but all of that, some people say na conspiracy theory. They said, if na conspiracy or no conspiracy, put that inside the charges. So that you can say, this is the one, this guy. How could you, even if you don't like Buhari, how could you say he's dead? That is a crime. That even somebody, if somebody say, I am not Mayegun now. This person is not Mayegun or he's dead. Look at him. The Mayegun that we know, he has this, he has that. That is libel. It's libelous, isn't it? How could you say I'm dead? Are you mad? Now so you hate me that you repeatedly continue to say, I'm going to charge you, I'm going to sue you. But they didn't include that in there. So 15 charges, they went to court. His lawyer said it is just a pure waste of time, waste of the judicial process. It is absolute nonsense because they can't really prove anything. The only person that can stop the current politicization, politicize their killings, because you see all these killings in Eastern Nigeria, I am still 100% confident and saying it until proven otherwise, that they are sponsored by the political criminals in Eastern Nigeria, and I have proved that to you many times. I have shown you that many times, and I'm yet to see any evidence to the contrary. If Nnamdi Kanu is released tomorrow, within a week, you will know those behind the killings in Igbo land, and they will disappear as well. The guy is an authority on his own. How can you not even sense that? Like him, hate him. I don't like him. I don't like his style. I want him to be whatever you want done to Nnamdi Kanu. You have to respect the guy. He's an authority on his own. Some said he's not using that authority very well. He has a lot of people supporting him. He should do this, he should do that. Baba, you go try him if he easy. Try him if he easy now. He's an authority on his own. You don't need to like him. If he's released tomorrow, within a week, let me say within 24 hours, like magic, all these attacks, all this nonsense, they will first die down. I'm not saying they will disappear right away because it's a big money for them. They are being paid for it anyway. All these attacks you are saying. As military, they bomb property. They will take off khaki, take off their uniform, take off their everything, carry the gun again, enter on marked car and start burning police station. They will say they are unknown gunmen. Nnamdi Kanu will let us know those behind it. It will tell you those who are sponsoring them. And with the IPOB under his command, they will extinguish them. Those armed killers in Igbo land. 15 charges of absolute frivolity nonsense. Well, today, they decided, the courts listened to the charges again. And out of the 15, the court strikes out 8 of them. Now, 15 charges is now 7. And according to them, these 7, they are enough to jail Nnamdi Kanu. Why then do you want to do it secretly? If you now know that you now have your evidence, you have all your witnesses. They said the witnesses against Nnamdi Kanu, they are going to give evidence behind the closed door. They will not see their face. They will not see their names. They will not mention their names. You will not see them. They will just give witnesses. So witnesses like, yes, I met Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu gave me money. Nnamdi Kanu gave me weapon. Nnamdi Kanu said we should go and kill. Nnamdi Kanu said we should go and do this. But they will not show their faces. That is why they said they want to try him behind the camera in secret. His lawyers were challenging the illegal abduction of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. Today, Justice Nyako, Binta Nyako, said the way they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya is okay. It is just to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu come back to stand trial. So the judge agrees that kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya is not something so bad anyway. Let me take you to the court so that you can listen to the 2 lawyers, what they have to say. First one is Barrister Ejiofor. Barrister Ejiofor outside the court.
We had a wonderful outing today. At least on a score, I will 7 over 10%. 7 out of 100. Order. Man at 3 or 4 no. Again, what you know this time. Court strike at least they struck out 8-count charge, which I consider all of them are frivolous. So half of 7. Those 7 other people, I got challenge here. However, I met we took an application for his bail. Court on there today. Adjourned not to 18th of May for ruling and the trial. So, man, federal high court below vacation today. So that will last 2 weeks, at least from now to the end of April. Court time sit there, apart from vacation to courts. So they took that into account in giving us dates. So and they gave us 18th. We drag over it, but there were some people were talking about June, and we said no, that must happen in April, in May. In fact, I thought I was sure I can't the Canada process. From what happened today, then we'll go clear direction. Now man, Silicon Kechuko Kabiama. Now next adjourn date or afterwards, I can't the Canada process. American no metun Swabia. The Belain and Bellum today, Bona, Ukun is very Malamanku, I'm look at Janatata. Macam and I would tell substantially, you will have a court against Jarulin. I have only a court at some point, he got angry with us, somebody, defense counsel, the prosecution. So, Mana, Ihan Menaba. Emanam. Odropa ni nsi etu esi n'anya ma ni ihe follow fa chief follow afa mego gini chief so ana me kenu na Chineke edo okwu nu zibe amara manku na ya na aka megini ana ebere ko ngare ebe ajomo ya fo na adomara ya fo mmụọ ma mmadụ so okwu na isi na awaja nke ka oju wechu anyị na-ekpe na ka anyị na-ekpe n'isi Nnamdi Kanu kwu na isi ha ya eme ya ọ ya adụla ya ndụ aka je ya rapịa ụbọchị ya pụta with victory.
I love that. But I'm going to take you I'm going to take you back inside the court where, Barrister Ozekome the senior advocate of Nigeria, also handling the case of Nnamdi Kanu, gives step-by-step detail on the decision of the court today. So take your time, listen to this.
So today, 8 of the 15-count charge were quashed and dismissed, leaving 7 counts that are on wobbling legs, counts that wobble, counts that are groggling, counts that fumble, counts that dwaddle. They will not stand, they will not hold water, because we cannot build something upon nothing and expect it to stay. It is not possible. If 8 counts went, the remaining 7, as a necessary corollary, we go. It follows as the night, the day, as the rainy season, the dry season. But when we look at those 7 counts, whether they even hold any water at all in law, we'll be able to refer to the case of FRM versus Saraki, where some counts were quashed by the Code of Conduct Tribunal and left some. Quashed all, and then the Court of Appeal decided to quash some and left some. And the Supreme Court said, this is not possible. If you quashed A, B, C, D, the other ones that are also related to it by affinity, by consanguinity, they should also be quashed. That was how Saraki got free. So we will test this remaining count charge. Let the prosecution get that notice at the appellate court. So we then proceeded to move our bail application that the defendant, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, deserves to be granted bail. The case of the prosecution has always been, and this is sheer falsehood, that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail, and that was why he was forcibly renditioned back to Nigeria.
So they are about to discuss bail based on the new 7 count charges, or 7-count charge, as they put on for law. So Barrister Ezekobe continues.
Who was to be killed and ran away for certain death jumped bail? The answer is no. It was late Chief Emko Abiola who made that statement. He said, they said I should have waited. Abacha, they were asking me, why did you run abroad? Why did you fly abroad? I'm telling you now, Tony and Neni, I'm now telling you, I was already in the air before I discovered that even my passport was not with me. A bird does not tell another bird that a stone is coming. It simply flies away. No man stands in front of a moving train and expects to leave. He will be crushed. So you are saying Nnamdi Kanu, after escaping barely with his life, should wait in Nigeria? If he had been killed, he wouldn't be standing trial. So he did not jump bail. Rather, they forced him into exile. And he went as a citizen of Britain to Kenya, where he was forcefully and forcibly under torture, inhuman and degrading treatment, renditioned back to Nigeria. So this is a case deserving of bail. And we implored my Lord to grant him bail, even if she wants to subject it to certain conditions. Let me tell you, even under the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, bail is allowed. It's discretionary. It's allowed even in capital offenses like murder, like treason. And mind you, Nnamdi Kanu is not standing trial for treason. No. It's very important. He's standing trial for offenses relating to treasonable felony, but not treason itself. For example, there's a difference between saying the person is standing trial for murder and standing trial for manslaughter. They are different. One carries capital punishment. Nnamdi Kanu is not standing trial for any capital punishment. But the administration of...
Una dey hear? Because it's so important you understand the legality of this whole kind of fight on the one hand, and the rudderlessness or ruthlessness or lawlessness of the people who are trying to can Nnamdi Kanu by all means. There are narratives they are giving you out there. All these narratives, they are narratives that are tailored to arrive at a singular point. A verdict of a guilt is guilty. When the government try to appeal to your other sensitive side and ask you to ignore the human rights or the humanity part of the entire scope, it is because they want to make sure that you arrive at a certain point and conclusion with a verdict, guilt. He ran away. They wanted to kill him. Oh, he should have waited. They should have killed him. There will be no case anymore anyway. I mean, there will be nobody to try again because they've killed him anyway. Oh, why didn't Sunday go start and fight and kill them and all of that? Why did he run away? Oh, you know what I mean? They are ignoring the fact that the aggressor is not the man they want them to crucify. The aggressor is the heartless, lawless system that is being promoted on ethnic, tribal, religious deceit. Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. He ran for his life.
Nigeria. A rendition which the court did not agree with us today, which we shall test, that is contrary to provisions of the African Charter on Human and People's Rights, contrary to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights of 1948, contrary to the International Covenant on Social and Political Rights, contrary to the instrument dealing with indigenous people's rights. When you have a treaty with a country such as Nigeria with Kenya, and a person voluntarily entered Kenya, and you renditioned him forcefully through torture, inhuman and degrading treatment back to Nigeria on the 27th of June 2021. All the cases based on my research across the world show that such a person cannot be tried. Cannot be tried at all. Nnamdi Kanu was enjoying his bail. He was within Nigeria. He never left for abroad. Then on the 14th of September 2017, the military went in armored troops as if they were going to war in Sambisa forest and invaded the home of Nnamdi Kanu and his father, His Royal Majesty Kanu, who is now late. Invaded him brutally, savagely, and mowed down 28 innocent Nigerians that were there without cause. They called it Operation Python Dance and other operations. We've not seen Operation Python Dance in Sambisa Forest and Chibok and Dapchi. They murdered 28 innocent Nigerians in cold blood. Somehow, Nnamdi Kanu, like the cat with proverbial 9 lives, was able to escape. Are you saying that a person who was to be...
I know some of you enjoyed that chart because it's so explanatory. It is a no case. You understand? Buhari wanted to crucify Nnamdi Kanu same way he want to kill every Igbo that he just decided to kill using the name of Nigeria and the rest of it. And he wants to do that even if he has to do it illegally. And that's exactly what he chose to do. Even when he finally had him in his their custody, they don't have an idea of what to do with him. They just wish they can just lock him up forever, live. That's it. Nobody asks questions. But this is not 1967, 1970, ladies and gentlemen. Even if you are not comfortable with what Nnamdi Kanu stands for, he is human. He has rights. Everything he says, when you feel so offended, you take him to court. You don't kill him. And then turn around and say, why did you escape? That you didn't allow us to kill you. This coward. He is not a coward. Is that a proverbial bone that has now been, that is tied to the neck of the proverbial dog, which is Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu is that proverbial bone tied to the neck of Nigeria. It can be eaten. It can be plucked away. It can't just be done with. It will always be there until you listen to why he is always around you. So, you see why I said there's no case? Just like they came for Oloye Sunday Igboho. They told many lies. They did so many propaganda. They wanted them to start killing us. But we thank God that before they could get to us, the Yorubas have risen up as well. Now, today, they are now considering, should they go into battle at the same time with all the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria, for God's sake? They want allies. And that is why our own supposed political representatives continues to underplay or downplay the seriousness of the insecurity and the destruction that these people have carried out in Yoruba land as well. But we are quite ahead of them. And I'm so thankful that I managed to make so many of my friends see reasons with me why you should speak up when you see these atrocities being committed. If you don't speak out, if you keep quiet, or you stylishly support it because you are not being affected directly. Oh, it's not happening to me. Now them they cause wala. It is this, somebody that should just stay in the UK, enjoy his life. He's talking about Biafra. I don't understand all these things. Blah, 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 blah. Because you are not affected. You will be affected at the end of the day. You are just a disaster waiting to happen too. Because it's Nigeria. Come on. It is going to happen until something is done. And so we have to give credit to this, responsible, how should I put it? These amazing people who showed up in Abuja earlier today, despite the announcement of secret trial and every other thing they tried in order to reduce the attention on this case. We say thank you to this man in Abuja. Before I take you to London, I'm going to share some short clips with you. People who have shown solidarity all over the world. Today in London, but let's go to Abuja first.
When he finished with Nigeria, that day Nigeria will sit to exit. And since they said they will not release him, let them remember everything that he said, because he has been telling them that they don't know how prepared we are. If they don't release him today, that preparation, we continue to give it to them. We tell them that we Biafrans, we are ready for anything we want them to do. We want them to release Nnamdi Kanu today. Today, we are here to go home with Nnamdi Kanu. If they don't want to look at my back, what I wrote there is a referendum. We need a referendum. Let them give us referendum. If they give us a referendum, Nnamdi Kanu said something. He said if they give referendum, if anybody don't want to go, let that person remain in Nigeria. That is what he said. He said it's not by force. That is like myself. They said I'm from where they call a politically Niger Delta, which is Anioma. It's not Niger Delta. Britain gave that name. It's Anioma and not Niger Delta, not Delta State. It's Anioma. We speak Igbo. I'm an Igbo man. They call us. They said we are not Igbo. They put our head together with our brothers in Anambra, in Imo, in Enugu, and they knock our head and say we are not Igbo. My name is Nnamdi. Answer Nnamdi. I be Nnamdi. I speak Igbo, and they are telling me I'm not Igbo. That is why when you go to that region, you tell somebody that's an Igbo man, he said I'm not an Igbo man, because that is the PC they brought to us. They knock our head together. We, our brother, we are the same father. Because now they can't lecture us, he taught us everything. Everything he brought to us, because he wants us to be free. He opened our eyes, he give us what freedom is all about. The bondage they put us since 1966 that they keep people. British government went to tell the whole world that is a headers farmers class, which they are doing today. They said it's a headers farmers clash. It was Mazin and the Kanu that went to Europe everywhere and exposed that lie that Britain right. When some of the Western world, they watched that video, many of them were tearing Nigerian flag. They were burning Nigerian flag because Britain lied to them that it's a header farmer clash, why it was a full-blown civil war. They were bombing markets, they were bombing churches, they were bombing a hospital, they were killing children. Children died for. Obasanjo said something, said they thought that war would last only 3 months, but it took them 3 years, 3 good years, because they want to wipe off the whole Biafra. Look at them, look at where they are. When you go to Biafra and you see them on uniform, they are on uniform shooting people, killing innocent people. What kind of security is that? All we are telling them that they should come and give us a referendum.
That was Abuja earlier today. So the court is, the cases are adjourned now till the 18th of May. However, in London, it was the same. People turned out to show their solidarity at number 10 Downing Street, loud and clear. I've got a couple of videos to share with you from London. Here is one of them.
I can see your today is actually your birthday. And in one voice we sing, Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
I want him, William Darlington. He is good. He shows his support for the people who are dying. We also commend all the friends of Biafrans worldwide to stand with us for this wicked thing that is happening. Now you choose people you want to stand back. Yeah, every day this will happen. Oh, you are remembering this, you are remembering. What are you remembering? Why people are dying and their grave are forgotten. You are here, you feel good, you feel relaxed. Every day people are dying. You don't want, you are seeing it, but you don't want people who will do something to say it. You go there, seeing ships of people who had
many more is expected. We know that we can do it. You know the ending from our beginning. And you know her thoughts from afar.
Yes, Father.
Therefore, she has rendered this honor unto you by kneeling before you.
Yes, Father.
Therefore, bless.
honor Biafra. Biafra to the last man standing. IPOB is blazing. IPOB is blazing. Biafra to the last man standing. No going back. Look at the children of God. Look at them. We are not going back. We cannot oversee with the terrorists. Terrorists change away. We cannot proceed with them. Look at the Biafran. Look at the Biafran. Look at the color. You must know that Biafra, we are on oath, IPOB is an oath for restore Biafra.
Prince Jejeman is in his element there, isn't he? I love that. I mean, nobody will publicly identify with a terrorist when there is no conviction. There's also one thing that happened in court today that I think you should know. One of the pronouncements of the court is that nobody should call the IPOB proscribed simply because some Igbo governors proscribed IPOB, or because Malamu came out to announce that they proscribed them. All these announcements are, are rubbish. All right, because the court of, there is a judgment that said that IPOB is not a terrorist organization and must not be proscribed or, in fact, addressed as such. So, which simply means that until the government of Nigeria appeal that judgment, anybody announcing that or pronouncing IPOB as prescribed is just living in that mad world, the insane world of Buhari and their fellow Al-Majiri lawless Sahel dwellers, invaders we call them. So to say, you are living in your own world, and it's actually in an insane world. Unlearn what they have told you, indeed, if you want to free your mind. So yeah, it's been a great day. Just like Barrister Ozekome said, the same process that struck out 8 of the 15 bogus charges or charge against Nnamdi Kanu, it is the same process that is going to eventually throw everything out. So on the 18th of May, we expect the discussion and possible approval of the bail for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Listen to me, guys. Justice delay is not justice denied in this. Justice delayed can be justice denied, but a slow justice, a will of justice can be slow. Sometimes it can be grinding and then fulfilling, so to say. Yes, it's delayed, but they can't really run away from it if you think about it very well. That is why most of the time they prefer to adjourn, or it's just all coming to a close as well. So by the 18th of May, we should be looking forward to the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The process, which doesn't mean that they're going to, even if a court says he should be released, he's likely not going to be released that same moment. But now they are getting to the point where they need to prove all of the allegation against Nnamdi Kanu, or they should go bust. Now them they amend charges. Now them they run away from court. But whenever they manage to stay in court, they never stand a chance. So it may be a little bit slow. It will be grinding. The shame of the shameless APC, Egbekegbe, and their jihadist agenda in Nigeria, their shame is going to be monumental soon. Now, listen, there are many other pressure going on. I've had, I think I saw a video of Kabiesi Achebe, Obi Achebe, Obi of Onitsha, where he was saying that they should do something and accelerate the case of Nnamdi Kanu and release him, because nobody can stop all this madness. Politicians have gone mad. Election is coming and they are going to go continually mad. The insecurity is going to go crazy. But if you have to, anything that it takes, just release Nnamdi Kanu. Let me see if I have that clip where where Obi Achebe was pleading with them.
And continuous dialogue by all parties as a more sustainable solution to overcoming the challenge and win the hearts and the minds of the people. 3, we join our voices to the call for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by the federal government in order to douse the current tension across the Southeast and create an atmosphere for collaboration towards a constructive resolution of the issues. Accordingly, we jointly present to the people of Southeast and other Igbo homesteads at home and abroad, all over the world, the following immediate steps. A, we call on all criminal elements masquerading as working under the instruction of IPOB or ESN to cease and desist from further acts of violence and criminality or face the implacable force
of law and order. 2. B. We call on all who may have taken up arms in the belief that their grievances could be achieved only through armed struggle to lay down their arms. The government and the good people of Anambra State hereby offer the olive branch for you, for them, or to return hereby and thereby undertake.
That statement, the vex IPOB. Are you all right, sir? Why are you saying that you want to pardon us, to hand over our gun and CSN and all of them? Are you indirectly now saying that we are the ones doing all these attacks? And on the other hand, you are saying that the attacks on us, the killings on us, the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, the illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu, all these things should be reversed. Baba, are you sure you know what you are saying? And that was when they said that, what do you call it? Call him Onitsha Will Smith. You know, that's the name of Charles Soludo now. So every time I tell you about, if I say, do you remember who we named Onitsha Will Smith? That is a Charles Soludo. So Charles Soludo, who won't, pursue the line of a dialogue, starting with the negotiation for the immediate unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu. You can't talk to any group in IPOB, if you want to say, if you can't talk to anybody in IPOB right now that will agree with you, right, on anything other than just to say, oh, well, we support all the peace stuff, but we want our leader out. They can't do anything with you. No matter any of them that you probably talk to, anyone he talks to in Anambra or anywhere in Igbo land, or they say we are talking to IPOB, they assured us of this, they assured us of that. There is no assurance that it's ever going to be acceptable if Nnamdi Kanu is still in jail. Every conversation, every dialogue, every negotiation will only start when you release Nnamdi Kanu. Do you get that now? But the guy was there doing entanglement. On the one hand, he is demanding for the release of Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. It's also offering amnesty to IPOB. How can you be offering amnesty to people who are self-determination campaigners? People who are asking for a referendum, you are giving them amnesty. Then look like Boko Haram are waiting to you. That's why I said, na entanglement. So you tell him, whenever you see him, Onitsha Will Smith, study the ground, study the room before you jump into it. If you jump into it, they are just going to use you to catch cruise. Last, you could just become another, what do you call it, Supreme Court governor of Uweri, Hopeless Uzodingba. Do you understand? So all this drama, all this action, all this acting and all of that, putting committee together to talk to IPO, all these things they are not necessary. Put all your committee together and get Nnamdi Kanu out of that place. Provide security for him, protection for him. I'm talking about make sure that Igbo land is a sanctuary for him. Make him who he is and acknowledge that. And every conversation can go on from there. He's not asking for war. He's asking for a referendum. And if all of you want to be sincere, you should all do it without all this your abracadabra, political abracadabra. Charlie Boy, the Charlie Boy that calls people mumu. Charlie Boy, who said that, call all of us, call people mumu. Our mumu don't do, our mumu don't do. Now, Charlie Boy is part of those who are going to help them resolve IPOB, sit at home, and every other thing and all of that. Charlie Boy.
Charlie Boy. But this ain't Charlie Boy, so our mumu don't too much. Charlie Boy, now your mumu not too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise. You are a mumu man. You are a mumu man. And then throw the tear gas if something way bad for issue. We just pray. They say our mumu done too much, our mumu done too much. You be mumu, they call other people mumu. They never show you say you be mumu. Nigeria